Hey everybody, DaHubs here with some exciting news you may have already heard, but today Sony announced that the PlayStation Classic will be hitting stores December 3rd. It will retail at $100, and we have some exciting stuff to break down. So we see 20 best titles from the game-changing era. Always interested to see what exactly that means, since that's such a subjective term. Are they going off of the 20 best-selling games, or are they going off what they think are the 20 best game-changing titles? Or are they just trying to say that that era of gaming was so revolutionary? So it's going to be interesting to see. The next thing you guys will notice is the classic controller is back. So if you're too young to remember, yes, controllers didn't always have analogs, and I say all that not to be condescending, but sometimes we forget. Oh yeah, if you go back far enough to original PlayStation to Super Nintendo, there was no analog. I'm pretty sure, well, I don't want to say that got started with the N64 because I don't want to be wrong. There may be some obscure system that I'm unaware of that had an analog, but analogs as we know it kind of came along with the N64, and then Sony, I guess, kind of perfected them, introducing the DualShock, the dual analog. And as you can see, no analog. So I think Sony's probably really trying to hammer in the nostalgia here by having them without the analog. It'll be interesting to see games that were developed post. I think these came out around 1997. So any PlayStation 1 game that came out in 98, or even, you know, summer of 97, or whenever games started to fully incorporate the analog, it'll be interesting to see how these games handle. Will they just have the option of D-pad, or will we see an upgrade path where maybe next year or sometime we will get upgrades to have DualShock controllers usable? And I'm very interested in what you guys think about the decision to go analog lists. And now we'll jump into the 5 games included already. 5 of the 20 games have been announced. That's Final Fantasy VII, Tekken 3, R4 Ridge Racer Type 4, Jumping Flash, and Wild Arms. I personally never played any of these games. When I think of the PlayStation 1, I think of Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, Tomb Raider, Metal Gear Solid, Ape Escape. Did I say Ape Escape already? Not sure. And if you guys like this video enough, I may do my top 20 games. I haven't played nearly enough Sony PlayStation, honestly. The PS1, I'm playing through, when I'm not doing Let's Plays here on the channel, I'm playing through Spyro. That's one of the games I'm playing right now, kind of off YouTube. And it's a blast. I think it still holds up great today. It's really fun. But you know, I don't have to play every game to know that Final Fantasy VII should make the list. And Tekken, I'm sure they did something to decide Tekken 3 is the fighting game of choice here. But if you guys like this video enough, I may do my top 20, and we can talk about Spyro and Ape Escape and all those fun games. But I haven't played nearly enough PlayStation, man. So that's why part of me is excited for this. Here is the image gallery. You guys may notice no power supply. News outlets have been doing their diligence to make sure that people are aware of this. It doesn't come with a power supply. I don't know how hard that is to buy. So I'm just very interested. If you've never played Sony PlayStation, or at least the first one, does this get you interested to go back and revisit some classics? I'm sure they're going to be bringing their 20 heavy hitters to the table. And if you are a diehard Sony fan, is this something you have to own, or is this just not appealing? No analog. And honestly, the 5 games they've announced aren't the 5 games that jump out to me when I think PlayStation. That could just be me, but Final Fantasy VII is really the only one I think. Yeah, when I hear PlayStation 1, I think Final Fantasy VII. These other games may be great for their respective genre, and they may deserve to be on here, but they don't jump out to me. So if you are a diehard Sony fan, let me know what you think about, is the power supply a deal breaker, or is that okay? Is the retro controller really good? Was that a smart decision, or kind of like, nah, I'd rather have the analogs? Also, what do you think of the 5 games announced, and what would be your top 20 titles? Sorry if this video seems a little rushed. Time is finite, and everyone's already reported on this. So I kind of just want to do a discussion more so than breaking the news. I want to hear from PlayStation fans and outsiders. So if you're too young to play to have played the PS1, or maybe you got into games off of Microsoft, or you're a Nintendo diehard, does this interest you? $100 to get all this stuff, I think, is on the affordable side. Not really when compared to the NES Mini and the Super NES Mini, but just for everything you're getting, I think it is kind of worth its weight here. But I'm not sold that this is something I need to own. And I did love the PlayStation 1. I mean, have we even talked about Medieval or Resident Evil? I don't even know. But a lot of great games to choose from. I'm excited to see their list. If you guys enjoyed this video, consider checking out the rest of my channel to look at some of the other Let's Plays and video game discussion style videos I've done here. And leave a comment. Tell me your top 20 games, or if this has you excited, or any of the things we discussed in today's video. Consider subscribing. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you. Have a great day, and thanks for watching, guys.